brah, we smoke all the time. And he is, no, I think you have the wrong number. And he sent him a picture of himself, and he was a cop holding his badge. he sent it to a wrong number, and it was a cop.
Wow. Of all the people to just miss a number on, and you get a cop.
Yeah. And the cop later posted on social, pro tip, before you send a text, double check the number.
Pretty straightforward.
Well,
pretty good.
Exactly. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I used to get more people that, mistakenly dialed than in years in past. I guess, when it was on a regular telephone, it was a little more easier to miss a button and stuff like that. But I don't know. It doesn't happen as much anymore.
Well, it kind of, I've done that before where you you juxtapose something, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of 6'8", you're like 8'6" or some such. Yeah. Right. Maybe that guy was so high that's what he did. Hell, I don't know.
That's a good thought there. Speaking of high, Ed, I got one here for you. So I'll just read the headline. Doctors remove 452 metal objects from a man's stomach after he swallowed bolts, keys, and stones during a psychotic episode. So over 6 pounds, of metal was removed from this guy's stomach. They didn't say, and this is in Iran, of course, so whatever.
Right.
But documenting the case in the Journal of Medicine reports, doctors said they believed the patient had been ingesting the metallic collection for at least 3 months. Startling X-rays show the mass of metal objects, the exit of the man's stomach. The 37-year-old believed to have ingested this collection over 3 months, and then they got it all, like you can see here. They got it all laid out on the table. It's a bunch of keys. Yeah, you see keys, nuts, bolts. And I said it's a psychotic episode, but I believe there was some hallucinogens involved.
Isn't there some kind of condition though that people feel like they need to eat that stuff?
There is. I feel like I always saw in the Guinness Book of World Records, right? Like guy would eat like a plane or something, right? And they actually had the ability to digest it,
right?
To some degree.
It's like they crave it, and so I've heard of people who eat dirt because they crave eating dirt.
But I mean, how's it work? I mean, you can't chew a bolt like it. You'll crack your teeth, right, and then you just swallow it. So
yeah, you just swallow it, I reckon. But I don't know what.
Don't have any taste.
Well, metallic. It would get a metallic taste to it. For somebody says that to you, yeah, it kind of has a metallic taste to it, and I'm like, well, how do you know what metal tastes like?
How do you know?
I'm just curious. Is this a habit of yours?
Yes.
But I don't know how. That would just seem like it would just screw up your insides. You know what I'm saying? To sit inside your intestines and that. Yeah.
It's one thing to pass a piece of chewed bubble gum or something, but a key? Come on, that's no good. That will not stand.
Well, this fella here is a metal eater from way back. Rick, what's going on, buddy, with the traffic?
Stuart, everything's good.
Put a little salt, little mayo on there. That's good eating, man.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Nothing makes stainless steel taste as good as it is with salt, pepper, and ranch. Wow. From the UC Health Traffic Center, UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit UCHealth.com. We have 75 northbound of town with the accident off of the right shoulder, and traffic is sluggish from 74, but the backup is not as bad. We're about an 8-minute delay. All lanes have reopened, and the cleanup is continuing. 71 northbound, Dana to Stewart, about a 12-minute delay here. On southbound 75, Cooper to Ronald Reagan Highway. Plan on about a 5-minute drive through that area, and southbound 75 from Western Avenue to the Brent Spence Bridge is an extra 6 to 7 minutes. We do have 75 southbound from the Brent Spence Bridge down to 12th Street in Kentucky, adding a couple of minutes to your drive. And remember, we have that ongoing work along 74. That's eastbound and westbound, Highway 101 to Highway 1 in Indiana. We could encounter some delays with this project going through October. I'm Rick Schrepp, News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from a 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight. Clear skies, 55 for tomorrow. Mostly sunny and 74. It is 78 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
Is there a special time you like to listen to Scott Sloan?
Anytime I listen to Sloaney is a special time.
Oh, tell me more.
I listen when I walk my dog.
How about that?
Sloaney always gets his tail wagging.
My dog likes to listen too.
Really?
I listen with my pet octopus. You should see his tentacles wave with joy. It's so cute.
I guess any time is the right time for Sloaney.
That's what we've been saying.
Scott Sloan, tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW. And check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast, the U.S. media acting like we live in Russia as they are lying to your face about Harris's record. So will it work on the American people? We're going to break down the lies on the Ben Ferguson Podcast. Download it now.
Guys, if you're often feeling tired, lacking motivation and drive, gaining some weight, or noticing a loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone. Don't wait. Find out now. Low T Center, they make it quick and easy to get your levels checked, and it's just a simple blood test with their on-site lab. You'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not a typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone with customized treatments for each patient. The experts at Low T Center have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results, and most health insurance is accepted for treatment. For established patients with stable T levels, they offer a convenient, physician-monitored self-inject treatment plan that ships directly to your home each month without the need to come in for weekly visits. And at Low T Center, your BMI and health can be also evaluated for treatment with prescription weight loss medication. So get back to your best. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
For more information about contests on this station, go to 700WLW.iHeart.com/rules.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun. Your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions, it'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
This Labor Day, take a break and kick your feet up with unbeatable savings on a wide selection of RVs from your favorite brands. Relax in a brand new travel trailer under $15,000 or a new fifth wheel under $40,000. Lazy Days is celebrating with work hard, play hard pricing and payments as low as $115 a month. Reward your hard work this season with these incredible Labor Day savings. Stop by or visit lazydays.com today. Lazy Days of Wilmington, off I-71, exit 50.
For eligible individuals 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Selects Premium Package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home. All done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Oh, you people are wonderful.
Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/radio. That's JABRA Enhance.com/radio. JabraEnhance.com/radio.
I'm John Walzak, host of the new podcast Missing in Arizona.
And I'm Robert Fisher, one of the most wanted men in the world.
We cloned his voice using AI. In 2001,
police say I killed my family and rigged my house to explode
before escaping into the wilderness.
Police believe he is alive.
Join me.
I'm going down in the cave.
As I track down clues.
I'm going to call the police and have you removed.
Hunting.
One of the most dangerous fugitives in the world.
Robert Fisher.
Do you recognize my voice?
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Missing in Arizona.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Check out the Tri-State's largest inventory of brand new Ford Broncos, Super Duty, and Ford Mustang at MikeCastrucciFord.com. That's Mike Castrucci Ford.
You're listening to 700 WLW. Also available on 94.5 FM W233BG Cincinnati.
Back with the haircut twins today. Both of us are on the same haircutting schedule now.
Yes, we are. Is that like when women live together, they get on the same cycle or something?
That's what I was going to say.
You and I,
we've been working together too long, man.
You got a fresh fade too, son.
Yeah.
You got that thing short.
That's what I told her. I was like, yeah, well, I didn't know she was going to like cut off my sideburns. It looked like there's something wrong with me now, but I don't care.
Yeah, you look good, man. You look good.
Yeah, as long as my wife and I had a great weekend, and we were just hanging out, not doing anything. Yeah. And she sent me, and this is how hopeless romantic I am. I was out taking my morning walk, and so she sent me I just wanted to tell you that I had a great weekend this weekend. I'm glad we just spent so much time together, and I love you, or something like that.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did. And I said, ditto. And, I don't, look at me, huh? I could write Hallmark cards, buddy.
What is she doing? What were you guys, like 15 or something? You went on, like junior high lovers? And
yeah, that's, hey, the fire's still there, man. What are you going to do?
Hey, good for you, man. And you know what? You're right. When Kelly and I are married, as long as you have
27 years. I was getting my haircut the other day, and it was a young, I was going to say young girl who did it. She was like 23, 24. And I said something about my wife. And she goes, oh, how long you been married? I said, 27 years. And she did everything but cough up blood. I mean, it was like 27 years. Wow, that's a long time. I was like, yeah, tell me about it.
You've been married longer than I've been alive.
Right.
That's what she wanted to say.
Exactly. But anyways, Rock, here's something I don't think I could do. This couple, they're travel bloggers, go figure, and they've got a TikTok page. A Pretty Cool Hotel Tour, it's called.
Okay.
They stayed in a completely glass room constructed in the lobby of the Paradiso Ibiza Art Hotel. But they weren't quite ready for the experience. Said the woman, Margaret, I thought it was a funny idea, so of course we wanted to try it. But the thing is, the completely glass enclosed hotel room is in the lobby of the hotel.
What?
And
so everybody can see everything you do.
Correct.
Is this like an art thing or something like that?
I sleep naked.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah, so is that? Are you allowed to do that?
Hey, look, I'm going to say, look, you all asked for this. You gave me the room, and I'm going to treat this hotel room as if I treat every other hotel room.
Yeah, they took some videos. And
hotels are rocking. Don't go and knock it. Right?
Exactly. So they have random footage. So hotel staff mopping the lobby floors during the night. The guests are checking in at the front desk, which is right over there. And there were even like people who would come up and take pictures of them laying there in bed.
That would be bizarre. I mean, that would be like a form of soft torture of like, look, we're going to make you stay for 24 hours in a room, but everyone can see in and see what you're doing. That would be, you
could
can't
you do that?
Come out. I don't know.
I don't like the idea of strangers watching me do anything.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I want to know, is it like free? Can you go in there and, okay, you want to put yourself on display for a night? Okay, you can stay here for free. If not, it's $200 to stay upstairs.
I feel like that'd be the only way you can get people to do it. And then, look, it causes headlines and, radio talk show hosts around the country like us talk about it. So it kind of pumps your brand up a little bit. There's no way you could charge money for someone to stay like that. There's no way.
So, Rock, in completely unrelated news, this happened down in Texas. Now, we don't have this here yet, as far as I know. The drone delivery services?
No, we don't, but you hear it's coming all the time.
Yeah, well, this down in College Station, Texas, I believe. Yeah, they've got these Prime Air things, and apparently they're always zipping around. And people are like, it's a pain in the butt. Because they're always like, zoom, zoom, zoom. And evidently they're kind of noisy. I don't know how that could be.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like at our football games, like that's kind of the popular thing to do now is people film them from drones.
Drones, yeah.
But I mean, it does let off a zzz, it's like a soft buzz. But
these things are
one.
Yeah, these things are big.
Right. Yeah, if you're carrying a package, this thing's big, and now you got multiple of them. That would be.
Did you see that?
Annoying.
It was out in San Francisco. Those self-driving cabs at night when they go back to their nest or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
There's people, live around this parking lot where they all go put themselves away. And so the cars come in at night and they all honk at each other.
I did hear that. Everyone in San Francisco is going nuts.
Right. Look it up. If you haven't seen this, look it up because it's definitely online. But these cars are all like, and they're all trying to back into spaces and they're all jammed into this tiny parking lot. It's goofy, man.
See, that's weird because it's like they've become, self-aware. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think anybody programmed them to do that. I don't know. By the way, my buddy of mine got some shotgun shells made specifically for drones. It shoots out like a 8-inch circular net designed for taking out drones. I'm like, my God, please. He lives down the street from me. I'm like, please, God, let one fly up. Let my neighbor flow on. I'm going right down to your house and I'm getting it. He's like, oh, man, just call me. I'll be on the way up.
Well, we've already talked about it. They're going to start blowing out of the sky.
Yep.
Coming up next, the little chillin' are going back to school. Well, they're going back to school, and apparently they're going back to gobs and gobs of germs.
Yeah,
as we all know.
Grimy critters.
We'll talk to our germ expert, but that's after the news. News Radio 700 WLW.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Tennis tourney in Mason is a record breaker. This is the 4 o'clock report. I'm Matt Reese. Breaking now is the final day of the Cincinnati Open tennis tournament, and by the time it's all finished, a record for attendance is going to be set. Open's tournament director is expecting to top 200,000 in attendance for the first time. Bob Moran credits a change in marketing strategy.
When we took over last year, we really shifted our marketing campaigns to be about this event. Less about being a lead into the U.S. Open and more about being a great event in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we really shifted a lot of our efforts and a lot of resources towards that messaging, and it's definitely resonated. It's an interesting number. 43% of our ticket holders this year new ticket holders.
There are 4 more days planned for the tournament in 2025, and that means attendance could reach about 280,000 next year. New seats have already been installed, and more improvements are planned for the tennis center, adding a lot of courts.
We go from 21 courts this year to 31 next year. All new facilities for this player base that we have to take care of. It's pretty significant.
Check the roads for you now. On this Monday afternoon, we have the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, UC Health, the future of care is happening now. Through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes, visit uchealth.com. Traffic slowing 75 northbound at town. Good news is the accident moved off to the shoulder. All lanes are open. Traffic is a little heavy from 74, but no big delays like we did have a little bit earlier. Now we're looking at 71 slowing northbound between Dana Avenue and Stewart. That's about a 10-minute delay through the area. Southbound 75, Cooper to Ronald Reagan Highway, and from Western Avenue to the Brent Spence Bridge, extra 5 minutes or so getting through that area. 75 southbound from the Brent Spence down to 12th Street, adding a couple of minutes to the commute. Columbia Parkway westbound to Red Bank is where we have that construction work ongoing through late November. I'm Rick Schremp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now, the latest forecast from the Advanced Dentistry Weather Center. Advanced Dentistry, the judgment-free dental experience you've been looking for. NoFearDentist.com.
Tonight, we're looking at a low of 55, and that humidity is going to continue to drop. It'll pave the way for a really pleasant day tomorrow with a high of 76, dew points in the 50s, so it won't feel sticky, and the breezy conditions will continue tomorrow as well. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning forecaster Anna Azelian, News Radio 700 WLW.
78 degrees and sunshine in Cincinnati. This news brought to you by Mike's Car Wash and the Original Mattress Factory. A man who allegedly attacked his parents with a knife at a home in Green Township is now under indictment. The Hamilton County prosecutor Melissa Powers announcing the indictment of Kenneth Mortimer. It was 10 days ago when he allegedly stabbed to death his 75-year-old mother and wounded his 75-year-old father. Prosecutor says that Mortimer had been arguing with his parents at the house that they all shared on Palm Hill Lane before he stabbed them, then took off in a car. President Biden and the First Lady among the speakers tonight at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. The nominee, Vice President Harris, also supposed to make an appearance tonight and then officially accepts her party's nomination on Thursday. Police bracing for protests against Israel in Chicago this week. Businesses have already boarded up windows. There's fencing around the United Center, which is the site of the convention. TV talk show legend has passed away. Phil Donahue, dead at the age of 88.
All America is upset. Did you ever see what's going on at a concert?
He got his start as a TV talk show host in Dayton, was a staple of daytime television in the tri-state for nearly 30 years. Phil Donahue has died at the age of 88. He's credited with coming up with a talk show format where the host goes into the audience, lets them interact with his guests. Donahue's honors include the Presidential Medal of Freedom bestowed upon him at the White House in May.
He interviewed everyone from our greatest stars to our forgotten neighbors, uniting us around the toughest issues of our time, bringing us to see each other not as enemies, but as fellow Americans.
His family says he passed away peacefully, surrounded by those he loved, including his wife of more than 40 years, actress Marlo Thomas. I'm Brian Combs, News Radio 700 WLW.
700 WLW. Sports.
Here's the Reds update. The Reds kick off a road trip tonight with a 1-3 up against the Blue Jays in Toronto. 700 WLW's coverage. 6:05 Sports Talk. Ralph's American Grill Inside Pitch. Kelsey Chevrolet extra inning show after the game. Tennis, it's championship Monday at the Cincinnati Open. The women's final right now has 3rd seed Arina Sabalenka up against 6th seed Jessica Pegula. Tonight after 6, it's the men's final with top seed Yannick Sinner meeting Francis Tiafoe. Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town with 12 locations in northern Kentucky. Bengals are on the practice field today. Evan McPherson has signed his 3-year contract.
I had a good feeling that eventually something was going to get done, and I'm just excited that it's finished. It's done now.
Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
Wall Street right up against the close. The Dow's up 213, S&P 500 up 50, NASDAQ up 245. Next news 4:30. Matt Reese, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
The Great American here for Rhino Shield. I've been telling you about them for many years. Summer is here big time. Take advantage of a 10% discount. Use Rhino Shield like I did to protect the Cunningham home. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield and get a 25-year transferable warranty, plus for a limited time, about a 10% discount. Call today, 888-RHINO-41. 888-RHINO-41. Do what I did. Protect your home with Rhino Shield. Save that 10% plus. You're going to love the result.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Buy and service your Sprinter at Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California red seedless grapes for $1.29 per pound, certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound, and Meijer chips 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend, all commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening. iHeartRadio. Never sounded so good.
At AE Door and Window, we love to do homework.
Let us work on your home with back-to-school specials. Get up to 10% off windows from Pella and Provia, up to 20% off select Clopay garage doors, and huge savings on LiftMaster openers.
Find out more at aedoorsales.com.
All right, back with Eddie and Rocky. And Rock, your kids are back in school?
Yes, and actually I got a second Rock is now attending school. He's attending kindergarten at Crosby Elementary, where my oldest son is now in 5th grade. So yeah, this morning I took 2 kids to school, back to school. They're both loving, both so excited, and started late last week, and they're all fired up, happy to be in school.
So middle guy has started to actually like it, because I remember when he first went, he wasn't. Bronson wasn't really into it.
Yeah, well, this was pre-K or whatever. He was, once he got into it, he was fine. He loves it, and I mean, day one he was ready to rock here today. So he's excited about school, which is good.
Well, you send them off to school, and you're trusting other kids to be non-germified. But
yeah.
Talk about one of the most germified places in the universe. Nothing like sending a kid off to, be around a bunch of other little 11 and 12-year-old kids who are booger picking and, God knows what they're doing and stuff. So there's germs lurking about everywhere. And here to discuss with us is a guy who knows this type of thing quite well. He is the Senior Director of Education, Training, Certification, and Standards for the ISSA, the leading trade association for the cleaning industry worldwide. He is Brent in Cerro. Brant, welcome back to the program.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
So, Brant, where are we finding the kids find the most germs in school? Because it seems like really legit everywhere when you're talking little kids.
You couldn't have said it any better, right? You know, especially for younger parents, their kids are going into kindergarten, maybe first grade. They're touching everything and then touching their faces. But anywhere from the desks to technology like iPads and cell phones and computers. But think about anything that's frequently touched. You know, in a lot of these interviews that I've been doing this past 2 weeks on back to school germs, we can't forget about the air. Everyone's talking about surfaces, but 80% of the sickness is coming through airborne transmissions.
Wow.
So why are kids going back to school germier? Like what happens in the summer? Am I getting this right? They're picking up a lot of the germs in the summer and then bringing them back to school. Is that how it's working?
I mean, I think mostly, if you kind of look at it, you're going from an uncontrolled environment, being outdoors, having a good time, breathing a lot of fresh air in, to going into a controlled environment where, you're going to a controlled environment where everybody's close together, breathing in each other's germs, touching everything. And ultimately, because you're in close proximity, bad airflow, and people aren't cleaning as frequent inside the building, pathogens are just being transmitted from surface to surface and person to person.
So, I've always wondered about that. How clean can the cleaning crews keep these places, considering that kids are filthy little varmints?
It's honestly, it's amazing, right? So I'm a big advocate of having disinfecting wipes and cleaning solutions inside of the classroom for teachers to use, because ultimately it's not just the cleaning professionals responsible, it's also the teachers and the staff. And when they send the kids out for lunch break or recess, or they're going to other classrooms, give it a quick spray down and wipe some of those surfaces that might be contaminated. But ultimately, we want to increase the frequency at which we're cleaning and disinfecting as much as possible. And we also want the students and kids to be washing their hands for at least 20 seconds with warm water and soap, really trying to make sure that they're reducing the opportunity to transmit from surface to surface.
So Brant, in terms of the object that parents should be most concerned, or at least concerned with cleaning, what is it? Is it the backpack or what is it? What's the germiest thing these kids are going to travel around with?
It's you're right. The backpack and clothing, believe it or not, is pretty susceptible to pathogens to be in there because people aren't washing their backpacks. But that's not the only thing. I actually believe a lot of it is coming from technology. It's the surfaces like your cell phone and technology that kids are touching frequently. But I always recommend, too, when the kids get home from school, change into some play clothes, get out of the ones that they're wearing in the school, and make sure you're washing them.
Well, the one fact that I saw as part of this article that you're cited in, a study found that the clothes kids wore to school came back 28 times germier than the average toilet seat.
Oh, come on. No way.
It says.
I know. I read it.
That's disgusting, man.
Oh, I shouldn't really be laughing about this, but this is a fact. And I was actually doing some studies earlier this year. I was inside a facility, and I used a meter. Some people call it a yuck meter, but it's actually called an ATP meter. I measured the toilet seat, and then I measured the surface where people were having lunch, and the toilet seat was cleaner than where they were eating their lunch. Absolutely disgusting, but that is reality that we face.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the same thing that people complain about. Oh, you didn't wash your hands when you're in the bathroom, but it's like your cell phone has the most germs by far of anything because people are taking that with them everywhere they go, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, while they're preparing food, all kinds of stuff. Those tablets, and a lot of kids are using the tablets more in classrooms now. So I imagine that's just kind of feeding into this thing.
Yeah, little child, kindergarten, picking their nose, touching their face, and then they go and touch the tablet. Another kid touches it, and boom, you've got pathogens transmitting to another person. It's really, really hard to help kids see really how bad it is. But they do have, a lot of times in science classes, they will have things that will glow in the dark to show kids how to wash their hands properly and show them the spots that they miss. But it just has to be reinforced, right? We have to constantly reinforce that they need to be washing their hands after they eat lunch, before they eat lunch, after they go to the bathroom. ultimately reducing the possibility of spreading that bacteria back and forth.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember when I was a kid, my mom it was always insistent, before you eat dinner or whatnot, go wash your hands, blah, 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 blah. But, you get away from your parents and stuff. You don't think about that stuff if you're a kid. The last thing you want to do is waste time washing your hands. I'm going to be out in the playground, man, getting on those monkey bars and whatnot.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, maybe I'm too far of the extreme, but do you remember during the pandemic, they had those sprayers out in the field? You could see people spraying down rooms. I actually have one for my house. So when my daughter goes to school, I spray her bedroom down when she's not home. So when she gets back home, the bedroom's disinfected. I'm a little nuts, but I find it to work.
Fumigator.
Plus, it gets rid of those odors too. Those teenage odors,
I was gonna say, and your daughter's 25. That's just. Well, Brad, people want to find out more about you and what it is you all do. Where can they go?
Yeah, we want you to visit issa.com. We have tons of data, statistics, and training on how to make sure that you're safe and healthy from germs.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Branton Cerro. But you would like to think that you teach your kid to use a little, the liquid disinfectant crap. They're never going to do that.
No,
you think?
Never going to do that. No, I know this is probably stupid, but I take look. I'm in general clean, but I don't go nuts about it because I just feel like as soon as you start worrying about what's clean and what's dirty, your mind you'll realize that everything's dirty, and the 10 things that you wash, the 10 things you do to make sure you're clean, there's another 5 that you're not realizing that are probably worse. So ignorance is bliss is my approach to health and germs.
Hey, look, there's only so much you can do, right?
You worry yourself into a fit over, so-and-so's sister has a cough or something. Oh my God, whatever. You're gonna worry yourself into nuts.
Exactly. I mean, and I'm also of the mind that, hey, look, a little exposure to germs, it kind of helps you, doesn't it? Am I wrong? Is that old wives' tale? Hell, I don't know.
I think that's correct. It's a Dwight does that on an episode of The Office where he talks about he doesn't wash his hands and everyone just all day coughs on him and stuff like that. But to test his theory. But no, I'm the same way. You got to build up your immunity. I often thought, even during COVID, everyone's bathing in hand sanitizer and stuff. It's like people are getting more sick. Just get out there and live, man. Can't worry about that stuff.
With that, we check in with traffic and weather. What is going on?
Just rub a little dirt on it, for gosh sakes. It's going to be fine.
Right on.
Don't worry about it. My God. From the UC Health Traffic Center, with UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit UCHealth.com. Police activity reported, and thanks for the tip call on this, 275 westbound, the off-ramp to Alexandria Pike. So plan on a little bit of a delay here, 275 eastbound, 75 to Reed Hartman, adding about 8 minutes to your drive. Now we have a crash on the shoulder of 71 northbound before Smith Edwards on the left-hand side, right shoulder blocked on 71 northbound at Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway. Traffic is sluggish back to Smith Edwards. It's about a 12-minute delay, we understand. And 75 is heavy southbound, Cooper to Ronald Reagan Highway, and again from Western Avenue down to the Brent Spence Bridge. Vine at 70th, just getting word here from police. We've got an accident with injuries here. I'm Rick Schrepp, NewsRadio 700 WLW.
The forecast from a 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight. Clear skies, 55 for tomorrow. Mostly sunny and 74. It is 78 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
The rookies are fighting for positions. The veterans are fighting to keep theirs. It's put up or shut up time. Bengals training camp. Listen for the latest on 700 WLW, the home of the best Bengals coverage.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals utilize their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Why is it raining inside?
It's not raining. Our upstairs neighbor tried to fix his own sink. It didn't go well. Now his broken pipes are flooding our apartment.
Oh, so we're just out of luck.
Nah, I got us renter's insurance from Smart Bunny. When we moved in, I downloaded the Smart Bunny app and got coverage in just 60 seconds.
It was that easy?
Seamless. I guess we're lucky to have it.
Seems more smart than lucky.
Well, I didn't want to toot my own horn.
Your horn is underwater anyway.
Get up to $100